My eyes were flickering off on and off like a light bulb. Checking the clock, it told me that it was midnight. My hands were unstable and my teeth shivering. But I also wanted to leap out of bed for joy. Today would be the day that all of Terry's hard work would show on the screen. My brother applied to a school called NYU Stern. After some thinking, I closed my eyes and shut down my brain. Next thing I noticed was that my mom was shaking me, yelling, "Wake up! Wake up!" My mom usually doesn't come into my room, but today was different. I woke up immediately and dashed like a cheetah into my brother's room. His hands were shaking along with his legs. It felt like an earthquake as I got closer to him. I could feel the mixture between fear and happiness in his eyes like a yin-yang. Mom, Dad, and I were waiting for my brother to click the button. The button that can show how hard my brother worked all these years. When Terry and I were young, he used to take care of me as if I was his own baby. He always bought me ice cream after school and ran home so that it wouldn't melt. Because I was just born, all attention of my parents were on me. Nobody really cared much about Terry. If I were him, I would cross my arms, glaring at my little brother, thinking of why I got so much care. However, my brother was different. He would show me funny faces, and I would just laugh all the time. Sometimes he was a little bit too extreme, and I'd get hurt. Soon my eyes would turn red with tears forming my eyes. He would get into trouble, but if I think about it now, that's how I got brave and strong. Whenever I walked around with him, people would either turn around and go the opposite direction or walk away from him. I even saw some run. He had a really nasty allergy cut, atopy, and his skin was all bloody and rough with little bumps that looked like a small tumor. Because of atopy, it was extremely hard for him to make friends and study. But despite this fact, he always tried hard to make friends and study. He was always the one to approach a friend and make friends. One moment I strongly remember is when Terry was asking a question to a friend. Then the friend punched my brother right in his nose. However, my brother would never come home a loser. He would punch his way through, and the next day, he was back to normal, doing what he always did, making friends. After about 3 years in 6th grade, adolescence was taking over him, causing him to easily get mad. It was as if my brother was turning into Hulk. Although it was very hard for him to control his temper, he was always nice to me. The irritation got stronger as it went by. The atopy was hurting his skin and he was getting deeper into adolescence. He didn't want to study and never listened to Mom. It was almost impossible for him to go into college. But finally, at last, my mom said, at least go into an old community college. After about 3 years in 6th grade, adolescence was taking over him, causing him to easily get mad. It was as if my brother was turning into Hulk. Although it was very hard for him to control his temper, he was always nice to me. The irritation got stronger as it went by. The atopy was hurting his skin and he was getting deeper into adolescence. He didn't want to study and never listened to Mom. It was almost impossible for him to get into college. At last, my mom said, at least go into an old community college. Suddenly, one day, he was opening a book and started studying. To make sure, I asked, "What you doing, Terry?" And he replied with a gentle voice, "Studying." My eyebrows were raised. With my eyes wide open, I was impressed. It was like as if an angel was shining a holy light. That's when he wanted to go to NYU Stern. Terry clicked the button with a strong click sound. I still had my droopy eyes with trust in them as usual. I wasn't ready for this big moment. After all this bullying mess, atopy, adolescence, and finally, he was a butterfly out of a cocoon. The first few words I read was, "Congratulations, Terry Kim," and before I could read the whole sentence, he shouted, "I'm in! I'm in!" He made the post that Rafael Nadal makes every time he wins. And today, Terry Kim won. These days, he would say, "So long, sucker! Let's see how you survive." But I know that he's just very excited to go to his new school. Even though he was a bit mischievous and immature, he's still my brother who is very resourceful and kind-hearted. After all, we were each other's angels supporting each other.